So when we look at something again, kind of go back to our topic there on the deportations and immigration, something as fundamental as like birthright citizenship.
Right.
That's been a very hot button topic. I mean, the deportations in and of themselves are already kind of spicy. But then you get into something like birthright citizenship, and even my older brother and I have, and he's a Southern Baptist pastor. I'm in the PCA, he's in the Southern Baptist. We have great conversations. And so even he and I have kind of went back and forth on, can he do it? Should he do it? Is it even right to do it? From a biblical perspective. Can you unpack some of that for us?
Yeah, I think we have to just look at where it came from. So the whole concept of the amendment that gives this idea of birthright citizenship is post Civil War, right? So this is part of three amendments that were directly related to the Civil War, and it had to do with ensuring that there was not discrimination against the children of slaves. So
Mm,
from a legal standpoint, it's written a little, there's a little bit of sloppy language in there, but there's this language that says under the jurisdiction of the United States. That assumes from a legal standpoint, when they drafted it, when they debated it and they tried to pass it in the Senate, there was these great discussions about what does that mean. And the idea was, well, African Americans came, slaves were transported to the United States, and they only fall under the jurisdiction of the United States. There's no other jurisdiction, there's no other nation that has authority over these slaves or over their children. And so that was the concept behind it. So that the humanity, the right to exist as an individual made in the image of God, was recognized in this beautiful piece of legislation and an amendment that became a part of our Constitution, rectifying a sin, rectifying a past wrong in our nation. However, over time, there has developed this debate that's not based on the original intent or the language of, what is this concept of birthright citizenship. So there is some case law that sort of suggests that if someone comes into this country and they have a child, no matter where they're from or who they are or whatever, that child automatically gets citizenship. That's what we have done as a nation. So there's regulations and other things that have allowed hospitals to essentially issue a US birth certificate to put us in this situation.
mm.
However, from a legal standpoint, this is something I do believe legally can be challenged. And I think ultimately it would be a successful challenge to say, this is not the original intent of birthright citizenship.